El Chapo. If you think you've heard the entire story about the notorious drug lord, well, chances are you haven't. But Vice News has the information you haven't heard in the courtroom or haven't seen in the headlines. Vice has partnered with Spotify on their new podcast titled Chapo, which chronicles Joaquin Guzman's epic rise and fall through interviews, unfiltered and unfettered, with some, in fact, risking their lives to tell the story. The bilingual podcast is hosted by Vice News reporter Keegan Hamilton, who will be only one of 5 reporters allowed in the courtroom for the jury selection part of the trial. Begins on November 5th, and we are pleased to welcome him to MetroFocus. Keegan, nice to have you here with us.
Thanks for having me.
Why is this story? You're a journalist, have been for a long time, have done a lot of different things. What is it about this story that makes it so compelling and so interesting to all of us?
Well, I mean, Chapo has been on the scene for 3 decades now, 30 plus years. And it's just been one thing after another that builds his legends. Prison escapes, meetings with Sean Penn and Kate Del Castillo. There are lots of famous drug lords, but El Chapo just seems to have a knack for doing everything bigger and better and in a way that is more sensational than anybody else.
What's interesting is in terms of the optics, we talk about bigger and better, and yet Chapo means shorty, right? I mean, and you look at him and you expect this sort of towering drug lord, fearsome presence, and you get this kind of little guy who shows up and is able to get out of prisons through holes in his prison cell. Give me just a little background on him personally.
Right, I mean, you're referencing his perhaps most notorious escape, in which he escaped through a mile-long tunnel. He had a hole that came up into the floor of his prison cell and ducked out through that, had a motorcycle in the tunnel that he rode out. So it's just spectacular things like that are, you couldn't, if Hollywood scripted it, you wouldn't believe it, but it happened in real life with him.
Why is this? I'm sure a lot of people are curious about this. Why is this trial taking place in the United States and in Brooklyn?
So for the United States part, I mean, Chapo had been detained in Mexico and had been intended to be brought to trial in Mexico. His second escape, that one we were just talking about through the tunnel, I think made the Mexican government realize that in order to bring this person to justice, that he needs to go in a different legal system. As for why Brooklyn, he had, I think, 7 different indictments in federal courts around the country. Brooklyn had a combination of factors, one being that former U.S. Attorney General Loretta Lynch was from Brooklyn, and so when this case came to the United States, she, I think, directed it to her old turf. Brooklyn also has the advantage of being in New York, and I think the U.S. government wants this to be a high-profile case to say, hey, we are bringing in the people who are the major drug dealers, the kingpins, and bringing them to justice, and they can maximize their media attention by this case being in New York. It also has a very high-security federal jail here in Manhattan, where he's been being held.
There are a couple of other issues I want to talk about. Let's talk about the podcast, right? The idea behind doing it, and why you hope that the podcast will be such an effective vehicle for informing people about the trial.
So we have 8 episodes of the show, and so with that, each one's about 30 minutes long, and so you get into just a level of depth and nuance that you couldn't necessarily do in a series of print stories or even a series of television pieces, which only are a few minutes long. So we want to go sort of beyond what people have heard before, debunk some of the myths around Chapo, and more importantly, talk to just people whose lives have been affected in some way by him and by the drug war on both sides of the border.
I mentioned in the introduction that there's some element of danger to the people telling these stories and reporters going there to report on the stories. Have people been reluctant to talk to you?
Reluctant to talk, not so much. It helps that we're audio, for one thing, so people don't have to have their face on camera. You can just, getting access to crime figures in Mexico is a little bit easier in this case because of that. Then the danger component, certainly for Mexican reporters, my colleague on this project, Miguel Angel Vega, knows firsthand just how dangerous it can be for Mexican journalists to report on organized crime. He works for a newspaper called Rio Doce, which is based in Culiacan, Sinaloa, sort of Chapo's home turf. And one of his colleagues, the co-founder of his newspaper, was murdered last year in the aftermath of Chapo's extradition to the United States. So that is also something that we wanted to bring awareness to people who listen to our show, is that there are reporters in Mexico who are putting their lives on the line on a pretty much daily basis to bring out the truth.
You talk in I think the first podcast about the extraordinary security measures that are being utilized here. Talk a little bit about that for us.
So since his extradition in January 2017, he's been held at the Metropolitan Correctional Center, the MCC, which is in Lower Manhattan. There's a floor on that, the 10th floor, 10 South they call it, that is called Little Gitmo, colloquially, because they have held terrorism suspects who are being on trial in Manhattan. So in order to get him to his court, which is in Brooklyn, they've been shutting down the Brooklyn Bridge in the morning and afternoon as they transport him back and forth, which has been a nightmare for traffic in New York.
I'm sure the commuters are delighted about that.
For the purposes of his trial, they found some unspecified accommodation that they're going to keep him somewhere in Brooklyn, probably at the courthouse in the holding cells in the building. But you can expect around that area of Brooklyn some pretty high security in terms of Homeland Security and U.S. Marshals being stationed around the courthouse and shutting down some of those streets.
In looking at the impact that his arrest has had, I think prosecutors, and understandably, have talked about what a significant figure he was in the drug trade. Are we able to find that there's been any diminution at all in the drug trade since he's been taken out of play?
That's an interesting dynamic. That's something we do explore later on in our series. Is for all he's held up to be is this is the most famous, the most powerful, the Pablo Escobar of our time. He's taken off the streets, and it seems nothing has changed. Drugs are still as readily available as they were when he was free. You've had no impact on price, purity, anything like that. Violence, if anything, has gotten worse in the aftermath of his extradition from Mexico. So that's something that we hope people walk away from our show after listening to it is asking, is this really worth it? What's the point? I mean, he has undoubtedly, it seems, committed many crimes and deserves to be brought to justice. But at the same time, is it worth it for the U.S. to be going through this whole process?
Well, it's going to be a fascinating trial. It's been a fascinating case from the very beginning. You're doing a marvelous job. The podcast is really, as we said before, it gives you an opportunity to get a sense of depth to the story, breadth to the story, detail to the story that we didn't have before. So Keegan, it's a pleasure having you here, and we'll look forward to talking with you again down the road.
Thank you much.
All right. Reminder for you folks to listen to Vice News' podcast, Chapo. Find out how and where you visit our website at metrofocus.org.